Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of the Phizcast. I am your host, Physic, and, hi. How's it going? Been a while since we've last met, I see. But, hey, I'm here now. I've got a lot of ideas lined up, and I'm just kind of ready to kind of just roll them out and execute them. And I'm looking forward to that. I just hope that they all go well enough and then I find the time to actually get it all done. Because I literally have not been able to find time at all in like any facet to do something that like productive. I've had everything in the world going on. Basically, the last 2 weeks of my life have been scheduled because I've had stuff to do all day, every day, and that sucks sometimes, but hey, it's all right. But yeah, I mean, this is one of the few opportunities I've had to actually record something, and even now it's kind of risking it, but I'll make it. I'll make it out alive. Anyway, yeah, how's it going? How's it been? What's the future hold for you? You got good plans, great plans, good omens. Have you had a nice lunch today? I don't know when it goes up. Breakfast, whatever meal that was before this video. If you had a good one of that. All right, cool. Well, let's get into the meat of it, I guess. I had this, I guess it was sort of a shower thought, but also if you can hear my family in the background, don't mind them. But if I had this sort of thing in a shower thought. It was like a shower thought, I guess, where I was realizing that like, wow, I can use this as an allegory. But the weird fact is I always wash my hands before I like do anything in the shower. Is that weird? That I always feel like I have to wash my hands. I just feel like nasty. I don't want to wash my hair when my hands are dirty. Even if they're not dirty, like even if they're fully clean, I always just have to wash my hands and then I'm able to just, and it's strange. I don't get it, but it's basically involuntary at this point. But the real thing that I was gonna say about that I could use metaphorically is I'm always scared to open my eyes after I'm done washing my hair because I feel like every single time I'm plagued with the thought that like, oh, I missed some part of the shampoo. It's going to get in my eyes. The end. It's going to burn and I'm going to die. And it will be the end of me. And it's always the scariest feeling in the world for some reason, just opening my eyes. I have to wash out my eyes and wash off my hands and rub off my eyes and wash through my hair again before I'm finally ready to open it. And even then, somehow I still manage to miss the 1 microgram of shampoo that gets straight into my retina. And it hurts. It burns so badly. And so I feel like every single time I'm just going to miss that one tiny, stupid particle of hair washing solution, and it's just gonna suck. So whenever I open my eyes, I just like, I don't know what to do. I don't know how to prepare for it. But it's just like no matter the precautions I take to avoid doing it, it just happens anyway. And that happens sometimes. And that's what I figured I could use as that sort of metaphor. Sometimes, no matter what you do, no matter how many precautions you take, no matter the preparations that you make, the amount of time that you've spent planning around it, sometimes things are just out of your control. Sometimes things just go right along and happen. And it sucks. It sucks when it happens a lot. It's really, really unfortunate. But what else are you able to do other than take it in stride? You have to roll with the punches. And I believe I've used that phrase on my channel a long time ago. But sometimes, like, there's just things that happen. You cannot plan around them. If you planned something on March 4th and it's supposed to be amazing, it's going to be an all-day thing, and then one day before it happens, the forecast calls for a hurricane, you're like, uh-oh, guess we can't do that. So you have to reschedule it because obviously it's a hurricane. Now, on a smaller example, if it was something to be like, oh, there's supposed to be rain at like 4 o'clock, even though we were going to do something at 4 o'clock. Maybe you could go inside. Maybe you could find something to do in the rain, or I don't know. There's ways to plan around it, but there's definitely not a way to stop it from happening. Because, I mean, let's just face it, life is not in our control. There are aspects of it that are, certainly, absolutely 100%. There are plenty of things that you can control. You can control yourself. You can control your emotions towards whatever you're feeling. You can control your actions. But anything outside of you, there's really not much you can control. There are things that you could potentially manipulate. There are things that you could plan out to a T. There are people you could ask, and if they do things, then yeah, sure, that's great. But you can't directly control it. If you ask someone, you're relying on their goodwill to help you do something. There's not a single part of that is about control. Even if you were, I don't know, freaking blackmailing them or something, which is horrible, don't ever do that. There's still always an option to say no. You can't control it. There is nothing you can do to control it. But you can try to work with it. You can work around it. You can just take it in stride. You can move on. You can go do an entirely different thing. And it still works out. It's just like, I don't know, planning stuff, I don't know. I would say especially today, but I mean, it's always been like this. Planning things is especially volatile. And it gets more and more volatile the more and more people or objects or things that you have involved. So, I don't know. Recently, I guess, I don't know if I want to tell that story. Today, at least. Maybe sometime. But let's just say, I mean, hey. In the friend group, there's always one person who wants to do something. And they plan it out and they work it out. Then someone's mom says no. And it's like, ugh! Or someone has work and it's like, ugh! And it sucks. I have no idea what those are going to sound like in post. It's going to be so terrible. Also, sorry, I just hit the desk. Anyway, that's going to be... anyway, there's always one thing that's like, oh crap, what are we supposed to do now? And more often than not, it just ends up being, I guess they can't go, you know? It just ends up being like, oh, moving on then. And it's really tragic. It really is. But you realize that there's always going to be other plans. There's always going to be another time to do stuff. There's going to be more days. There's going to be more. There's going to be other. There's going to be extra, you know, there's always going to be some other thing to do. And that's nice. That's nice. It's sort of a safety net. Sort of a safety net that when a plan fails, even if it fails miserably, no matter how hard you worked for it, there's another day. There will be other opportunities. Things that seem once in a lifetime, sometimes they are, maybe even oftentimes they are. But it doesn't mean that because you didn't get to do that once-in-a-lifetime thing, that nothing is ever going to happen in your life again. There's going to be plenty of opportunities. There's going to be a lot of things to look forward to. But you can't give up because one thing went awry. I guess you just got to keep going through it. Look around. Whenever something fails, don't look forward. Don't look straight down at your feet and dawdle and do nothing. Look around. Look up. Look left and right, and just find another solution. Find another path. Find another person to go out and do things with. Find a way that you can entertain yourself. Ask your family if there's something you can do. I don't know, man. Whatever it may be, it's possible. It's possible because sometimes, no matter how hard you work, things don't always go the way they planned. But that doesn't mean that things aren't going to work in the end. Cool. That was very much rambling. I've probably talked in circles for the last 10 minutes, but I did my best. And that's what matters. Do your best. That's something I wanted to say. I wanted to record that into a mini episode, but it wouldn't have even been worth it. Complete sidetrack from the rest of this, but there is something that you are good at. Even if it is small, even if it seems irrelevant in the grand scheme of things, there is always something that you are good at. And regardless of whether or not someone else is better, it does not make you any less good. It doesn't mean you can perform any worse just because they can do it a little bit better. So don't give up on it. Just keep going, keep striving, and keep enjoying it, because that's what matters. All right. Very good inspirational message for today. I have some more ideas lined up, and I'm going to start preparing some of them very, very soon, probably right after I record this. And that's all for me. I hope you guys have a wonderful day. I will see you when I see you. Bye-bye.